Alright, Game 3. This is PsyonicReaver again, bringing you a Team LighT King of the Hill game. This is Game 3 between AeriALs, who is the red Terran in the bottom right-hand corner on the map of Andromeda, up against Mr. Zero, who is the teal Zerg in the bottom left-hand corner. Overlord, again, moving in the right direction to find AeriALs. Heading to the right. Andromeda. A lot of people say that it's kind of balanced towards a Terran player, but it is very easy for a Zerg player to have three bases and just overwhelm a Terran. It's much easier for a Zerg player to grab his mineral only and his gas expansion, just make a ton of units very quickly, contain a Terran player, and take the rest of the map. If a Terran player is not careful, he can easily get overrun. Because of the amount of income that a Zerg can get so early in the game because of the 3 base. Very, very difficult for a Terran player. He's either got to time his push just right, or he's got to be aggressive enough when he has the chance to stop expansions outside of the Zerg main base, natural, and mineral only. Or the Terran player has to just get the tech, get drop ships, and just try to drop several locations at once and try to hurt the Zerg economy. AeriALs did a great job game 2. Just kept up on his macro. Finally got the racks that he needed to keep up the marine count to deal with the meterless. Slowly pushed out, did a nice counterattack at Zero's double gas expansion, and was able to pretty much just starve Zero of Vespene gas that he desperately needed for his defilers and ultralists. And so good job by AeriALs. We'll see how he does on this map. If he's not careful, one thing that a tactic a Zerg player likes to do, and really any race, if a player is smart enough, I'm going to go ahead and reveal the map so I can kind of show you what I mean, is if you take this this mineral only expansion, it's very easy for a player to put lurkers or siege tanks or dragoons or whatever here on the low ground. Just get some kind of flying unit to spot for you, and bam, you can take out all those pitiful workers here at the mineral only. Another thing a Zerg player can do also is get these some lurkers up behind these power generators right here or here, and try to take out a Terran gas, or even just try to do a little hop down, get into the Terran mineral line. Of course, it's also very popular for a Terran player to get siege tanks up here and just shell the Zerg natural expansion, or anybody's natural expansion for that matter. So 6 Zerglings on the way for Zero. Gonna go try to harass Mr. AeriALs. AeriALs not prepared for this at all. No SCVs out to scout ahead. He's got to realize that the Zerg's in the bottom left-hand corner. He should have sent out another SCV just to make sure he wasn't getting rushed. And now the Zergling's coming up. Only 2 Marines defending. They're not going to be able to hold the ramp. They're going to get surrounded and picked off. And AeriALs forgetting to build Marines in his racks. Now Zergling's going to come in, and AeriALs is going to be in a lot of trouble here. He's going to have to try to defend with his SCVs, try to buy time for those Marines to get out to help him out. We see that Zero just taking his mineral only expansion, realizing that, oh, this is going to be cake and pie. Taking out SCVs, taking out Marines. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage to AeriALs' economy. Already looks like 4 SCVs gone down. Those 2 early Marines going down is a big hit to a Terran economy as well. In the early game, every single Marine counts. You cannot lose a single Marine in the early game unless it's against some kind of rush, and that's okay. But this really wasn't a rush that could have caught AeriALs by surprise. If he had just done a little bit better scouting, he would have done a lot better job at holding this off. And now Zero, AeriALs moving his SCVs up and his Marines up in a defensive position to hold the ramp. Really not going to be necessary. He's got the SCV out now to scout for more Zerglings. A little too late. Going to send those SCVs back now to my minerals. And it looks like what AeriALs was going to do here was the... Yeah, okay, there's a command center. I missed that. He was going for the 2 racks expand. And unfortunately, as soon as he realized that the Zerg base was in the last place that he was scouting, he should have sent out a second SCV to check for potential Zerglings incoming. Didn't do that, and kind of paid the price for it, losing those 4 SCVs. That's 200 minerals down the drain. Dion Peon, though, doing a great job staying alive. Look at him. Staying alive, staying alive. Oh. Maybe not. So, Dion the PM bites the dust. Zerg layer just starting for Zero. What else we got going on here? 1 Zergling, 3 Zerglings, and then the 4th one back at home, doing what he does best, running. He's running. These Zerglings are just gonna, looks like they're gonna come in here and try to harass AeriALs a little bit. He's only still got the Marines up at the high ground. Should have brought them down as soon as the command center landed. One SCV getting picked off. Just great job by Zero. Just great harassment by Zero. Keeping the SCV count down. Just trying to make AeriALs waste minerals on replacing SCVs and not building up Marines. And that's gonna allow those Mutalisks. I'm assuming that Zero is gonna go Mutalisks once again. He's got the gas. No Hydrogen down. If he was gonna go Hydrogen, he would have put it down already. And he's actually going to take... Oh, no, that's just an Overlord. I thought he was going to be like, wow, he's going to take a 4th base already. So maybe, I have no idea what he's doing. But, nope, he's going to go for the Muta Harass. And Mutalisks... Going to try to cut this SCV off. AeriALs forced to bring him back home. Mutalisks do okay on this map. Because the main base extends past the natural expansion, it's very easy for a Terran player to get his Marines up here on the high ground, turrets on the low ground. It's very, very difficult for Mutalisks to harass a Terran player. And it's also difficult to get into the main base, just because the main base in these corners like this with the minerals always facing away is just very, very difficult for Mutalisks to get in and do too much damage. I think what Zero is mostly going to do is, I think he's mostly just going to harass AeriALs Marines and just try to keep his Marine count down. Double ComSat up. AeriALs going to try to find out what's going on, but of course he's got too many places. He's got a ComSat. He's got 3 places and only 2 ComSats. Don't know if he's going to see the Spire. We'll see if he puts up an Engineering Bay. If he puts up an Engineering Bay. Okay, so he saw the Spire with one of his ComSats. Going to be prepared for the Mutalisk harass. Going to try to take down this power generator in case he needs to get, maybe to chase off this Overlord, or maybe just so he can get Marines back in this area if he needs to. Zero looks like he has his Overlord positioned there to spot for any potential dropships. Really, he should get an Overlord over this area as well to help spot for that. Spire's done. There are 3 hatcheries of larvae saved up. That's going to be about 9 Mutalisks, and then probably a couple more after that to harass AeriALs, and that is a lot of Mutalisks. AeriALs better be very, very careful. He should be getting missile turrets up here pretty soon. The Engineering Bay is done. So, okay, there we go. Now missile turrets are going up, even up on the high ground. I think that missile turrets could be very exposed. Granted, having this high ground up here, being able to see, is going to allow AeriALs to, you know, be able to defend slightly better. But this one lone missile turret is going to be picked off. I just personally think it's a waste of minerals. I think up here would be better to have Marines instead of missile turrets. Unless, in this missile turret here even... Okay, it's supported by a second missile turret. So, nice little missile turret line, but this one right here is going to be easily exposed to Mutalisk attack. And here come the Mutalisks. Here they come, running right into turret fire. Not being micro too well. Taking a lot of damage. One Mutalisk going down already, just taking too much damage. AeriALs going to go ahead and cancel that missile turret. No missile turrets at all inside the main base. Mutalisks could easily just come in from the north and harass that way. And now Zero showing us his amazing Mutalisk micro again. Gonna just try picking off lone Marines. Another Mutalisk bites the dust. Not doing too good of a job though. AeriALs is just too prepared for the Mutalisk. Zergling's coming in now. While the Marines are up the ramp, gonna start trying to take down those missile turrets. One missile turret is gonna bite the dust. A lot of Mutalisks got taken out there as well. Only just a few survived that onslaught. So really, AeriALs doing a great job here. His economy, his money count is climbing up slightly, and that's because he hit a food cap again. His SCVs standing very, very idle, and not really producing units all that quickly. Taking 2 SCVs off the line to build supply depots. And here, this is what I'm talking about. This leaves his northern flank was very, very exposed, and now Mutalisks are inside of AeriALs' base. AeriALs forced to bring his army back in to try to deal with Mutalisks. And if Zero had any kind of Zergling force at all, he could have ran in here and he'd be taking out a lot of SCVs right now. But Zero lost a lot of his Zerglings earlier trying to do that, and these Mutalisks are going to bite the dust. But it's unfortunate that Zero didn't have Zerglings in here to harass these SCVs, while the entire army of AeriALs is trying to chase down Mutalisks. And really, there's no need to take fire bats with you. I mean, a good Terran player will leave a small detachment of Marines in his fire bats, especially in case of a Zergling flank. So AeriALs could have been in a ton of trouble there if Zero had prepared any kind of Zergling flank. Now we can see that the tech switches come already. Factory still not up, still no starport.